Speaking of whining, aren't you here complaining about what happened to your YouTube platform? Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the page. My name is Reese Waters, and I'm troubled because Candace Owens has been suspended from YouTube. from YouTube. I'm sorry. I'm just playing. I ain't troubled. It's a celebration. You know, I was just thinking that this place is really spruced up a bit. You know what I mean? I'm like, it just feels a little bit nicer walking around these YouTube streets. Now, you might be asking, oh, well, if she got suspended, it must be for this.
Of course, as I have said since the beginning of time, there are mistakes that police officers are human beings. There are mistakes that happen, and the idea that now you're going to use this situation and all the usual suspects are already involved, we know that Attorney Crump is already involved, to then try to make Black Americans believe that this happened simply because she was Black is pointedly ridiculous. So I am saying to Black Americans today, do not take this bait. Yes, what happened in this situation, I think he's going to have a very hard time, this officer, saying that he absolutely felt so threatened by boiling water that the only solution was for him to mindfully say, I'm going to shoot you in the face, and that's what he did. I think that is going to be a very steep hill to climb. But the reaction from Black America cannot be exactly what they want. There is a reason that whoever is in control of Joe Biden's account instantly tweeted about this, okay? It's because they think we're stupid, they think we're emotional, they think that we always respond illogically and emotionally, and that it's an easy way for them to shore up votes by saying, oh, look, forget that we've destroyed everything around you and that we got you to burn down your neighborhoods, burn down your neighborhoods in 2020, and then obviously stole a bunch of money because none of that money actually went to making your neighborhoods better. And so now those communities are desolate. Forget all of that because look, another video, and this means racism is back, and vote for us because we're going to show you how emotional we are.
Or maybe it was this. No way. If she was going to be suspended, YouTube must have finally caught wind of this. Actually, no. She was suspended after sharing her 2022 interview with Kanye West that claimed that Jewish people controlled the media.
Whoop-de-dee-scoop. Scoop-de-dee-whoop. Whoop-de-scoop-de-poop.
Y'all really thought I was gonna go there? Really? Oh, I got two little kids that are both in daycare. I need this money. Now, Owens made the announcement on Twitter where she revealed she'd been suspended from the platform for 1 week because the interview violated the platform's hate speech policies. Quote, there'll be no show today or at all this week. That's because YouTube has issued me a strike and a 1 week suspension for my sit down with Kanye. They also removed the interview as hate speech as it was mass reported by Zionists. Their tactics never change. She also said that YouTube had demonetized her account, which has 2.4 million followers. Well, you know what, Candace? That's no big deal. You could just go ahead and ask Meghan Markle if she could convince Prince Harry and them to release some of the funds, to the lower royals. Now, I will say it is an interesting defense to assertions that Jews control the media to deplatform someone, but getting booted from the Daily Wire and now YouTube, Candace looked like holding a job is becoming a bit of an issue. It's looking kind of ghetto. I'm gonna be honest. It's looking kind of ghetto over there, Candace Owens. Not to mention, it kind of feels like you have been problematic to work with. Just a lot of drama. Just a lot of drama. Wherever you are, wherever you end up going, it's just a whole lot of drama. Just a lot of controversy. I can't put my finger on it. It's a lot.
I think I have, when I say tried to take the high road over the last couple of months to the point that it has given me a nosebleed, I have like nothing left here, and there is so much that I would like to say, and there is so much that I am fighting for my right to say, but today I just feel like we crossed into another territory. everyone can see what's happening. Everyone can at first see the public attacks on me over my, not like, I shouldn't even say it's a belief, just the truth that Christ is king, and something that I will never stop saying as a Christian, nothing that I will apologize for.
So you mean to tell me that you are being attacked for being different? Is that what you're telling me? From having a different point of view, that you are being attacked? That is really interesting. Maybe you should just assimilate, you know? Maybe if you just would have put more effort into assimilating, then you wouldn't have this issue. Now, Candace Owens defending the episode, saying all who watched that podcast know that Ye was calm, filled with love, speaking about the world coming together to defeat evil. Ah, yes, I remember Kanye West during that time. Very filled with love. A lot of love. A lot about the world coming together to defeat evil. That period of time from Kanye West. Now, it was last week that Owens appeared on Piers Morgan's Uncensored, where she clashed with Rabbi Shmuley, one of America's most high-profile Jewish figures. Owens said 2.5 million people watched my debate with Rabbi Shmuley last week. The world knows why I'm being targeted, and frankly, I've never felt more confident that I'm the right person for this to happen. So you're feeling targeted, huh? You know, Candace, why don't you just comply? You know, I don't see why you don't just comply. I mean, there must be a reason, right? If everybody's coming after you, there must be a reason. We don't need to pay attention to any context. You know, we don't need to bring any past history or historical record to bear with this incident. Why don't you just comply? I mean, what are the potential reasons why you could be targeted? I mean, you are still the person who gave a platform to Lily Gaddis, are you not?
Immigrants fresh off the boat looking for a green card. Yes, they are probably gold diggers, but that's the exception. I'm the rule. Everybody I know who's married right now, they're married to broke ass.
A few moments later.
I think this is your first public interview. Is this your first public interview?
And you couldn't resist. You like, no, we have to cape for a fellow racist. We can't, no racist left behind. Which is funny because I did a whole video about Lily Gaddis, and the conclusion I came to was that her dropping ends was literally all that was needed for her to launch a career in far-right media. And boy, was I correct. And you would love nothing more than to help her with that. So, I don't know. Aren't you also the one that had a video all about how you want to ban porn? Maybe it wasn't the Zionists. It might have been Mark Robinson that mass reported you, because I know he couldn't have taken that particular one well.
According to a new report from the Assembly in North Carolina, which has not been confirmed by NBC News, 6 men, yes, 6 men, there are 6 sources to this piece, say Robinson was a regular customer at multiple adult video stores, often paying to view or purchase pornography as frequently as 5 nights a week.
Didn't you just have a video where Ray J debated transgenderism?
These punk and excuse my language, but you know what I'm saying? Be whoever you want to be. Love whoever you want to love. I didn't mean it like that. I just meant when you want to disrespect me and the money team, and we got 7 Rolls Royces outside and we just made 350 racks on the... Don't disrespect me. I'm going to smack you up again, fool.
Now, I would love to hear Ray J debate a great number of things. I happen to be a bit of a Ray J stan. First among them would be Fabulous and anything involving the Breakfast Club call. I would love to hear more about that. I would also love to hear Ray J debate what he considers unbreakable to mean, like true definition of unbreakable. I would love to hear Ray J debate that.
I just feel like you're so frivolous with your products, man. You're slapping the table, they're flying everywhere, you're tossing the glasses.
They're unbreakable.
Unbreakable?
They're unbreakable. Break them.
Step on it right now.
No, you step on them.
It's your product.
You step on them.
Go ahead.
Speedy, step on them.
I can't do that.
You can.
I bet you I can break these.
They're unbreakable. Speedy.
They're not unbreakable.
Speedy.
Don't tell me they're unbreakable.
Listen,
Don't challenge me.
Listen.
Don't challenge me, Ray J. I will break them.
Listen, Speedy, they're unbreakable. They cannot break. It's impossible. I don't care.
Transgenderism is not high on the list or at all on the list, but that's who you wanted to debate transgenderism with. Okay, all right, fair enough. Didn't you just have an episode with Andrew Tate, who's currently facing charges in Romania? Yeah, some pretty nasty charges, but seeing as how I don't want to follow you down the rabbit hole of YouTube trouble, so I think people get the gist of those particular charges. So you had Andrew Tate on, where he's getting all this attention because of these charges. You also dropped an interview from 2022 where Kanye admit that he was drinking heavily. He apologized for the tweets because he said he was drinking heavily, and I'm starting to think that you might be the one who's being exploitative. Yeah, that's kind of where I'm coming at with it. So, you know, I must say, I will enjoy this mini reprieve from Candace. Huh? Oh, she's still on social media? So we don't get no type of break, do we? Leave it to Twitter to ruin my fun. If only it wasn't run by a broken down Tesla truck. So who actually won the debate? Today on the show we'll decide, and my answer will surprise you. I bet it won't. Why does Kamala keep doing this haiku trio format for every answer? I have a plan, I have a plan, I have a plan. Oh, I see, as opposed to, say, having a concept of a plan, right?
Yes or no, you still do not have a plan.
I have concepts of a plan. I'm not president right now. But if we come up with something, I would only change it if we come up with something that's better and less expensive. And there are concepts and options we have to do that. And you'll be hearing about it in the not too distant future.
So after the right wing has spent all this time saying that she doesn't give any details, that she's just too generic when it comes to her policy, her saying that she has a plan is now a problem. Is that what I'm gathering? That she has a plan is a problem? As far as the haiku is concerned, I feel you. I've never been a fan of haiku myself. I tend to prefer the 3-word 4-sentence format.
She doesn't have a plan. She copied Biden's plan, and it's like 4 sentences, like run, spot, run. 4 sentences that are just, oh, we'll try and lower taxes. She doesn't have a plan. Take a look at her plan. She doesn't have a plan.
Can we please skip past this super fake emotional plea to women? Absolutely no one is being reduced to tears by the mere thought of aborting their child. And if they are, Kamala, we can guarantee you already have their vote. This isn't moving the needle any. Ooh, that isn't going to age well. That's going to age worse than that TikTok.
Can someone track down the women Kamala Harris says are bleeding out in parts?
Present. I'm right here. I had a 19-day miscarriage in Idaho because of the abortion regulations. I was turned away not from 1 ER, but 2 ERs. Technically 3, because I walked into one and they said they wouldn't help me and I had to walk out.
While thankfully I've never bled out in a parking lot, I still want to tell you about my second miscarriage. This was a few months before Roe v. Wade was overturned anyways, but still I live in Pennsylvania where you can have access to healthcare if needed. Found out the pregnancy wasn't viable pretty early on. It was very wanted, so we monitored it closely. And so the first time I had to go to the ER because I was bleeding pretty heavily, which was scary. I'm one of the women that Vice President Harris was referring to in her debate. My husband and I found ourselves in a healthcare crisis when I was seeking emergency care while having a miscarriage. I was denied from 2 hospitals in Louisiana due to Donald Trump's abortion ban. Donald Trump continues to brag about being responsible for this. If he's reelected, his Project 2025 plan will ban abortion nationwide.
But I do want to drop this too. It is interesting that you say that nobody is reduced to tears by the thought of aborting their child because you are pro-life, right? So if I'm hearing you correctly, you're saying that women are reduced to tears by the thought of it. So it's just something that they do without it being anything that's at all emotional, or there's no caring or feeling involved. It's just something that people just decide to do. So that's just a weird argument to make for somebody who's pro-life. It is so shocking to me that Kamala's entire strategy here is to appeal to women with emotion. She clearly knows every question is well rehearsed and making every answer emotional. Why is everything in politics so unbelievably fake and gay? Now, I'll ignore the fake and gay thing. That's a whole nother video. But I would say, as opposed to Trump, who of course was appealing to men with emotion, right?
In Springfield, they're eating the dogs, the people that came in. They're eating the cats. They're eating the pets of the people that live there. Now she wants to do transgender operations on illegal aliens that are in prison.
Kamala is leaning into every plausible stereotype of a nagging woman right now. I desperately need her to stop whining and telling us where exactly she was when she heard some news and how it made her feel. Ooh, if you hate whining, boy, do I have some news for you about what happened after the debate. In fact, there was even whining before the debate.
Why didn't the moderators correct her?
Because they're dishonest, and because I think ABC took a big hit last night. I mean, to be honest, they're a news organization. They have to be licensed to do it. They ought to take away their license for the way they did that. Speaking of whining,
Aren't you here complaining about what happened to your YouTube platform? Is that right? Because you're here talking about what happened and you feeling persecuted and this, that, and other, but you want to talk about somebody's whining. I don't know that she understands what whining means. No, America actually wants an answer to this, Kamala. Are you black or are you Indian? And why did you change your answer when you ran for national office? Now that's funny that you say that America needs an answer to that, because Trump even claimed that he didn't need an answer to that.
Mr. President, you recently said of Vice President Harris, quote, "I didn't know she was black until a number of years ago when she happened to turn black, and now she wants to be known as black." I want to ask a bigger picture question here tonight. Why do you believe it's appropriate to weigh in on the racial identity of your opponent?
I don't, and I don't care. I don't care what she is. I don't care. You make a big deal out of something, I couldn't care less. Whatever she wants to be is okay with me.
But those were your words, so I'm asking.
I don't know. I mean, all I can say is I read where she was not black, that she put out, and I'll say that. And then I read that she was black, and that's okay. Either one was okay with me. That's up to her.
So I assume by America, you mean you. So if we're demanding that people answer questions for you, I will demand that you answer a question for me. So Candace Owens, are you black? Or are you just post-racial Candace Owens? And why did you change your answer when you got booted from the Daily Wire? Thank you guys so much for watching the video, and especially those of you that have liked and subscribed to the page. Did y'all know I had a website? I know, it's so kind of old-fashioned these days. Yes, I have a website, ReeseWaters.com. There you'll find my most recent work, but also my past work if you want to know a little bit more about me. You'll also find a portal where you could sign up for my newsletter. You could also sign up by sending me an email at reese@reesewaters.com. You could also send me any suggestions for ideas, something I need to take a look at, or you just want to say hello. And by the way, if you go to the website now, you'll find a little something special. That's right, we got merch. There's mugs there, there's t-shirts there, there's hats there, repping street politics, troubled waters, and of course, Racist of the Week. Where would we be without Racist of the Week? I don't know that I would have any content.